Welcome to Celestial Guidance. I'm Sinta Danu. I'm a professional psychic and astrologer who has been studying for over 15 years and who's been doing it professionally for over the last 8 years. So today we are going to be going over the last quarter moon that happens on the 26th of August. It's going to be next Monday. And this quarter moon will have an effect from the 26th of August until about the 2nd of September. I'm going to do a horoscope based on this new moon for each of the 12 zodiac signs. Before I get started, I do have a lot of stuff coming up. So I definitely suggest you check out the website at sintadanu.com. I'll have the links in the comments and the description because there's a lot coming up. I'm doing several free classes. So I have about 4 free classes coming up. This first one is about astrology for spiritual growth and manifestation. So I'm doing this class approximately 4 times. I'm doing it once at Celebration. I'm doing it once at the Broom Circle. And it's also the same talk that I do at Body, Mind, Spirit for both Colorado Springs and Denver. All of this information I'm going to put on the website. I'm going to also have this on the Facebook group as well. So this is a really great class to go through the planets. It's a free class. You go through the planets and how to which planets to lean into to embody certain things and manifest certain things into your life, as well as how each one of these you want to lean into it in a different way based on the element. Then I also have the Healing the Healer class that I'm doing as like a pre-class to the Chiron's Journey program. So that's something to check out if you're interested in the shadow, working with shadow work, narcissistic programming, things of that nature, and kind of what are those things? So that's going to be the Healing the Healers class. So if you do come from a traumatic background, especially if you were raised or in deep relationship with narcissists, I definitely suggest taking the Healing the Healer class. So that one is also free. That one is at the Broom Circle. That one isn't until October 12th though. These other classes are going to be over the course of the next month into October. So definitely check out the classes. There's several free classes. It's a great way to learn astrology just to kind of start and see if it's something you'd be interested in learning, as well as, maybe learning more about healing yourself, especially if you are a healer or spiritual practitioner. Outside of that, of course, I am doing the Astrology Basics course. I am going to be doing the next one. That next setup for this course is going to be on October 10th. And that's going to be 6 Zoom classes where we're over Zoom and I teach you about all the basics about astrology. You'll be able to read an astrology chart, a birth chart, by the end of this 6-week course. And that we're also, of course, the Chiron's Journey program is coming up. This one is starting in November. It's going to be November 14th. So if you have ever had trouble with processing your emotions and processing your trauma, this class is designed to help you kind of process your feelings, as well as to identify negative programming from narcissists in your life that has made you self-sabotage. So that's another really interesting course that we're doing, as well as I am going to be doing more advanced courses after the Astrology Basics course and after the Chiron course in January, starting I believe January 9th, I'm doing the Stellar Insights course, which is on the 7 essential chart types. So I am going to have all of this on the website soon. All of this is going to be able to be found on my Facebook page as well. So definitely check out the website. There's a lot coming. Plus I have a lot of times where I'm going to be reading. If you go to Celebration, I'm there once or twice a month usually. So I've got dates there. I'm also going to be at several fairs coming up, including Body, Mind, Spirit Colorado Springs, Body, Mind, Spirit Denver in September, as well as I am going to be at the Harvest Moon Market for Crocs Art as well. And of course, again, I'm going to put this all up on the website very soon. A lot of reading dates are coming up, and these reader dates are really special because they're at a discounted price. They're cheaper than you would get over, say, Zoom with me. So definitely check those out when you get the chance. But I'll put a lot of links in the description and, and in the comments. But yeah, definitely check those out. Tons of free classes coming up, tons of reader days coming up. Lots of chances to get a reading in person, which is pretty rare because only in person at a metaphysical store about every couple times every month. So with event season coming, though, plenty of chance to see me in person, especially at these fairs. And I'm signed up for several fairs all through the next 3 months. So, and I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, free classes, paid courses on astrology as well, and of course reader days, which are at a discounted rate. So definitely check out all the stuff. There's so much coming up. I'm going to be super busy this next 3 months. Now, that's all my spiel about everything that's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the horoscopes. So Aries, of course, that's really a repeat of everything that we've talked about, right? The new moon is in your 6th house. You need to focus on health, on taking care of yourself, on your daily habits, on your routine. Great time to set goals around all of that. And these spiritual restrictions are really happening from the 12th house. So you might have a lot of limiting beliefs that are negatively impacting your health. And you can hopefully learn to grow through some of this during this time period with this square to Jupiter, because Jupiter is about growth and expansion. And it's in Gemini, which is learning, and it's in your 3rd house. So this is a good time to kind of learn about these limiting beliefs you might have and maybe grow past them, at least intellectually, if not emotionally just yet. Now, Taurus, this new moon's going to be in your 5th house. So this could be a new romantic relationship. Now, do be careful because past life and karmic relationships are likely to come up during this time. But this month is likely to be very relationship oriented. It may also be very related to children, your childhood. So it's good to set intentions around children, creativity, romance, and your inner child. Now, Saturn is in the 11th house for you. So this might be some friends and lovers issues potentially, especially restrictions around networking and friendships that may be causing problems. And this is creating a lot of tension to the 2nd house. So you may be trying to really grow and expand your income, but this is kind of at odds with your relationships romantically and your friendships, as well as issues with your children and maybe childhood stuff coming up as well. But really think about the health of your relationships at this time. That's really the focus here. Now, Gemini, this new moon's going to be in the 4th house. This is the house of family. So this could be literally your home, new beginnings in the home. This could be additions to the family. So new pregnancies or births. This could also be new beginnings with the mother, the family lineage, the ancestry. So there's a lot of beginnings at home and with family at this time. Now, this is opposite Saturn in the 10th house. So there is restrictions in your career that are causing some tension. And that's being affected by this new moon. So really think about the health of your home life and your family at this time. And this is creating a lot of tension to your house of self. So there's a need for growth in regards to how you see yourself and how you meet your own needs. And that's part of why you have this tension with family and career. And you need to really focus on making healthy decisions that support your emotional foundation so that you can do good work and also have a sense of independence and autonomy. Now, with Cancer, this new moon's going to be in the 3rd house. So this new moon is about communication, it's about learning, it's about short distance travel. It is opposite Saturn in the 9th, so there are some restrictions around belief systems, long distance travel, culture, religion. So there might be some issues with authority figures that are religious in some way or culturally relevant to you, and this is causing a lot of tension to the 12th house. But this is also where you're growing and evolving in terms of your subconscious and your deeper self, right? Like this deep spiritual side of yourself is going through a lot of growth. And you need to really set intentions around the way that you think, thinking and analyzing in a healthy manner, right? Being able to communicate and travel for your health, especially your mental health, is really important during this time. So really setting intentions around your health and mental health that have to do with communication and travel, as well as your community. Now, for Leo, this new moon's in the second house. So this is about money, material gain. This is your physical possessions. And this is in opposition to Saturn in the eighth house. So there's probably some restrictions around shared income. This could be restrictions due to debt or money that you're sharing with someone else and not being able to use those shared resources as much as you would like, or just not having a lot of shared resources might be an issue. And this is causing tension to the 11th house. So you're really trying to grow your network and your friendships, but there's a lot of issues in regards to money, especially money that you're making and money you share with other people. And this new moon needs to be about getting really practical, analytical, and detail-oriented with how you are spending your money, right? And this could also be you trying to grow your business income. The 11th house is the house of business income. So you need to be really strategic about how you're spending money in your business if you have a business during this time. Now for Virgo, happy birthday, Virgo. It's your season. I hope you're doing wonderfully. And of course, this new moon is in your first house. It's all about you this month, which is great. So there's a lot of focus on you, your health, your autonomy, your independence. That is in opposition to Saturn in the 7th. So there might be some restrictions in regards to your one-on-one relationships, your relationship to the public, contracts with other people, business partnerships, spouses. So there might be some restrictions there. It could be potentially a little bit of a lonely time if you are not in a relationship. It's likely not going to show up during this time, potentially, with this setup. And this is causing a lot of tension for you to Jupiter in the 10th house? Yes, Jupiter in the 10th house. So for you, you're trying to expand your career, you're trying to expand your reputation, and there may be some conflicts with you and other people in that process. So be careful not to upset anyone too much, but make sure that you are focusing on your needs. This is a time for you to focus on what you really need to be healthy and what you need in your daily life, in your routine, and what you need in those areas in order to support the growth you want to see in your career. Now, Libra, this new moon is going to be in the 12th house. So this is the house of spirituality. This is the house of the subconscious. This is your period of rest because your birthday season is coming. So you're taking a break, you're resting. This is a time to focus on rest and recovery and deep spiritual exploration. Now, with that, you do have Saturn in the 6th house, so you may be having health issues, or there may be restrictions in regards to your daily routine, your health, and your habits. It might feel like there's a lot of responsibility at work during this time, and this is making this really hard. And this is causing a lot of tension to the 9th house. So you're really trying to grow and expand your belief systems around religion and culture, long-distance travel, your vision for the future. But you really need to focus on the rest you need in order to be healthy, in order to be practical and down to earth. You really need to make sure that you're attending to your spiritual and emotional health and taking the rest and recovery you need in this time in order to work through some of those limiting beliefs that you might have and really start to expand your belief systems and your education and everything having to do with the 9th house. So make sure you are taking care of yourself and resting during this month. Now, Scorpio, this new moon's going to be in the 11th house. So this is a time for you to network. This is a time for you to make more friends. This is a time for you to make more business income, which is really lovely. It is in opposition, though, to Saturn in the 5th house. So there may be some restrictions or limitations in your love life in regards to your children, in regards to romance, play, issues with childhood that may be coming up, like limiting stuff from childhood that's affecting you at this time. This is also creating a lot of tension to the 8th house. So there could be a lot of trauma and transformation that's coming up during this time. So this might be a little bit tumultuous for you because you're really trying to grow and expand in terms of your evolution, your ability to transforming trauma into resources, especially with this setup for you, Scorpio. And you may not be able to take as many risks right now, especially in regards to business income and shared resources with all of this. But this is a time for you to be more practical, more communicative, more analytical of your friendships, of your network, of your business income and how you're spending it, because you're limited in the kind of risks you can take right now, because your business expenses might not be quite as high. Well, your expenses might be really high for some reason, or your business expenses, not expenses, your business resources might be really low at this time. So just really focus on the health of your business income, focus on the health of your friendships and your network during this time. That's what this month is for. Now, Sagittarius, this new moon's going to be in the 10th house. So you're very focused on your career, your reputation, what other people think of you. That's something that's kind of in focus for this month for you. Now, this is in opposition to Saturn in the 4th house. So there may be a lot of restrictions and responsibility in the home, or having to do with family, having to do with your lineage, maybe specifically the mother. So there's a lot going on at home that's kind of in tension with the new beginnings you want to start in your career. And this is creating a lot of tension to the 7th house of business partners, your spouse, your one-on-one relationships, contracts, your relationship to the public. So you're probably trying to grow your relationship with your spouse or business partner, your relationship to the public, and definitely trying to work on your career. But there's a lot of responsibility at home. So really focus, though, on the health and the details and practicality of your career and reputation right now in order to make the most of this new moon. Now, for Capricorn, this new moon is going to be in the 9th house. So this is new beginnings related to higher education, belief systems, long distance travel, culture, religion. And this is in opposition to Saturn in the 3rd house. So there's a lot of restrictions around community, sibling relationships, your ability to communicate, your thought processes, your ability to travel short distances is being really affected by all of this. And this is creating a lot of tension to the 6th house of health. So you might be having some health issues. You're trying to probably take better care of your health and expand in this area, but there might be some problems popping up in regards to health. And the advice here is to focus on the health, routine, and practicality of your belief systems, your vision for the future. This is about being realistic. It's about being grounded in your vision for the future. It's about being realistic in regards to belief systems and actually seeing which ones are useful and which ones are not. I'm not saying to be realistic and to be, doubt everything and never think that anything's good is going to happen, because you already do that enough on your own, Capricorn. I'm saying you need to really think about the healthiness of the belief systems you have. Do you believe things that are good for you, or do you believe things that hurt you? Do you believe that things are never going to get better, or do you believe that things will get better if you work for it, right? So focus on the healthiness of your belief systems and your interactions with higher education and culture and religion at this time. What's really healthy for you in that area? Now, for Aquarius, the new moon's going to be in the 8th house. So this is the house of transformation. This is the house of death, taxes. So there's a lot of new beginnings in regards to transformation. Some stuff with trauma could come up with this, although it could be very much about transforming that into resources, which could be very positive. This is also a time where you might start sharing resources with someone, like you might start a business and share business resources at this time. Or get married and now you're sharing resources with someone else. This is where you're beginning to work together with someone with shared resources, or to work on your debt or your taxes. Now, this is opposite Saturn in the 2nd house, so your income has been very limited, and you're noticing that at this time you're not able to take probably as many risks as you would like, because you have a lot of restriction in regards to income and have a lot of responsibilities with the income that you receive and what you have to put it towards and your material possessions. So lots of restrictions with money at this time, even though you're really wanting to start this beautiful new beginning. And this is creating a lot of tension to Jupiter in the 5th house. So you're really trying to expand your ability to take risks, expand the love, pleasure of your life, as well as maybe wanting to have children or spend more time with your children, or just wanting to have more joy in your life in general. Now, the advice here to really make the most of all of this is to look at the health of your shared resources. Look at the details, the practicality, making sure that if you're signing any contracts that you're looking at the fine print, making sure that things are distributed evenly and that you're equally responsible for the finances and that you're sharing finances with someone who's responsible. So really looking into the details and health, like metaphorically and literally, of your finances and shared resources, etc. Right? So looking into all of that and making sure that those things are in order. So don't skip through the details. Make sure that you are being very detailed about any shared resources that you're dealing with at this time, any new beginnings around them. Now for Pisces, this new moon is in your 7th house. This is very likely for you to come into a new relationship or get married or start a new partnership. This could also be finding a new business partner. This is all about partnership for this month for you, Pisces. And again, be careful with any relationships you get into this month because there's a lot of karmic undertones because Venus is conjunct the South Node. Now, with this, Saturn is in your 1st house, so of course you've been feeling really heavy. You've had a lot of responsibility around your independence and autonomy and your sense of self, so you've probably been pretty down, and that's affecting your ability to start this new beginning in terms of partnerships in your life. And this is creating a lot of tension to your 4th house of home, so there may be a lot of issues in the home. It looks like there's a lot of expansion and growth in the home, but there's just a lot of tension with this new moon because you're really wanting to grow your home. You may be renovating. You may be growing your family. This could be a time that you're trying to have children and find a partner to have children with, etc. But you really need to focus on the health of your one-on-one relationships. Do you have good boundaries? Which I know, Pisces, you tend to have an issue with boundaries. So focusing on how healthy your relationships are, focusing on the day-to-day of your relationships. Do they help you in the day-to-day? Are they healthy in the day-to-day? How is the day-to-day life of your relationships? And really focusing on that and setting intentions around that for the new moon for you, Pisces. For anyone who doesn't know, we're doing the 10 planets tomorrow on the 29th. So it's a little too late to sign up for the 10 planets class if you haven't already. But if you are interested for signing up for future classes, we do have the class on the aspects next Thursday. So if you haven't signed up for the Astrology Basics course, but you would like to take the course on the aspects, you can sign up for it. You just pay on PayPal and I'll email you the email that you use for PayPal and everything. But yeah, so there's that. And of course, the Astrology Basics course is coming up again. So if you didn't get a chance to buy the bundle, to take all 6 classes to learn how to read charts, it's starting on October 10th, and I will be putting the link to sign up for that. But yeah, and that's my spiel for today. So I'm going to get out of here. Bye.